Okay, this person asked a question that has a couple of layers to it, so we're going to go over all of it. They're talking about marking things on their invoices as cost of goods, or like items that their clients are paying for, the price of parts, and how to address the fact that the price of their parts that they're selling to their customers is being tracked as their income. And then they also charge a deposit on both labor and parts. So there's many answers that I need to go over, and I'm going to actually show you in QuickBooks Online where we're going to go to address all of these things, starting with your company settings. So in your company settings, you need to go down to the expenses tab, and where it says bills and expenses, you have the option to track expenses and items by client, and also to make expenses and items billable. We need to look at how your products and services that go on your invoices are set up. And by the way, this is the sample company. You're not looking at anybody's QuickBooks. This is all fake information. So go to your sales tab and then go down to your products and services tab. From here, you are going to be able to set up any parts or products that are going to be on your clients' and customers' invoices as inventory items, or you can choose non-inventory items too. And when you click to edit the product, you can change the information about how that product shows up, but this is where you're going to address any parts and how they're being mapped to your profit and loss. So if they're mapped to an income account, this is to say that the job materials that your clients are paying for, that is technically income to your business. But down here is where you're going to click on the purchasing information option. And this is where you're going to show what the expense account or cost of goods account is for when you purchase these parts that you sell to your customers. Now, whenever you are putting in an expense, whenever you are purchasing these parts that you resell to your customers, you're going to input all this information like normal. The category would probably be cost of goods. And then on this line here is where you're going to mark something billable. But if you want to mark up products that are billable to your clients and customers, you're going to click on the settings icon, and then you need to put on the default markup rate. You can have a default markup rate that will autofill whenever you mark something as billable, or if you just put in a markup and don't have a default rate set, you'd have to put it in every time. You can change the markup rate from the default once you mark something as billable on an expense. The final thing that I would recommend is if you are using QuickBooks Online Plus subscription level, that you turn on progress invoicing, which can be found under your accountant settings sales tab. And right here where it says progress invoicing, you're going to turn that feature on. Progress invoicing allows you to make an estimate for your client or customer, and then you get to invoice from that estimate, but you can invoice different amounts for each line, which is what you kind of explained to me in your comments that you do already. And so if you don't have QuickBooks Online Plus, you will have to do your invoices manually and calculate the deposit on labor versus the deposit that you take on the parts that you resell. And if you do have QuickBooks Online Plus, make sure you turn on your progress invoicing feature. And when you create an estimate, that will allow you to convert that to an invoice and take deposits and bill out percentages of each line on a custom basis, or you could bill out a percentage of the invoice as a whole. They give you a lot more options and features, but again, that is only available if you're using the QuickBooks Online Plus level subscription. So I hope that answered all of your questions. There's a lot going on with this specific scenario, but I've shown you all the different areas to go to in QuickBooks Online, and I recommend doing that in order that I did it in the video to see that you've got things set up the way that you actually want them to be reporting on your profit and loss. I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, please leave them below.